So here we're going to have a look at another game that we could be using for this probability games exercise. Remember, the name of the game is to create something that people actually want to play. That has to be something that they can win, and they need to see other people winning it sometimes, but it has to be something they're more likely to lose, because that way you're going to make money as the stall holder. Okay, this one's slightly different because here we're going to use a game where the probability of winning can be calculated as opposed to just tested with lots of experiments. So very, very simple. Here in this bowl, what you've got is 10 ping pong balls. Okay, and you might already have spotted that 3 of them are orange. So what I'm going to do is, without looking, I'm going to pick a ping pong ball at random from the bowl, and I win if I get an orange one. If I don't get an orange one, I lose. Okay, so here we go. I'm closing my eyes, I'm shaking the balls around. I've no idea, they're all exactly the same. There's no way I can tell by feeling. I'm going to reach in and grab one at random, and it's a blue one. I've lost. Let me try again, see if I can get a win. I'm shaking them around, and at random I'm picking one out, and this time I have an orange one. I won. Okay, so there we have an example of a game that clearly I can win, but you're able to tell quite easily that the probability of me winning that game is 3 out of 10. Okay, so that's quite a nice simple example of a clear win or loss game with theoretical probability. Alright, but what we're going to do now, just to make it interesting, is change things a little bit. I'm actually going to take 3 of these out, and I'm going to replace them with 3 more orange ones. Okay, now probably lots of you are thinking that I've just made this game a lot easier to win because there's more orange ones in there than there aren't now, so the probability is 6 out of 10. But I've changed the rules of the game that to win this time I'm going to have to do it twice and get orange both times in order to win. Okay, so here we go. I'll try it out. Stick my hand in the bowl, and my first ball is yellow, so I've lost from the start. Absolutely. Okay, so that's not so good. Let me try again. Shaking them around, put my hand in, pick one out at random, and it is orange. Okay, I'm going to go back for the second time, shake it around at random, and then pick out another one, and it's blue. So I lost both times, so I haven't made it more easy. Okay, but what you're going to have to do now, come and have a look at this, is to think about how you could calculate the probability of somebody winning your game. Okay, so you know that the probability of my first ball being orange is 6 out of 10. And so you also know that the probability of it not being orange then is 4 out of 10. I put it back after I was finished, so I could, for my second ball, the probabilities are exactly the same. So now you need to use your knowledge of probability to try and figure out what the chances are of me getting 2 orange ones. But as you can see, there are all sorts of variations you could have on the game. You could have a third trial if you wanted to. They've got to get 3, or you could not put the first one back after you've taken the first ball, and that gives you lots of probability to play around with for this game. You might choose, if you wanted to use an experiment testing sheet to record the results. If you're not sure about your calculations of the probability, you could just record some results from several tests of the game, and that might give you an indication. It certainly give you an indication of whether or not your theoretical calculations were correct. Okay, so that's another example of a game, and that's a lucky dip.